This episode is brought to you by Campaign Coins.
Ah, yes. Let's see how we went here. Okay, is it any better? God damn. I'm gonna have to work out what to do with these print failures. I know just who to call. Hey everyone, Sebastian here and welcome to Atmoseeker. I'm joined by Tyler from Slice Print Roleplay. Hey Tyler, how you going, buddy?
It's going great. Excited to be here.
For anyone new, tell us a little bit about your channel.
It's basically about anything having to do with 3D printing and tabletop games. Actually printing minis, finishing minis, eventually painting them, but right now that's not something I really have any authority in.
It's fantastic. I'm still fairly new to 3D printing, but something I have plenty of is print failures. And rather than toss them into landfill, I thought it would be a fun challenge to see if I could create something new from these print failures. As a bonus, you're going to take your choice of the 3D models that I've had problems with and put your own twist on it.
So I ended up going with the Grave Giant and I think 3 of the smaller like demon dogs, the ones I ended up playing around with.
Awesome. Be sure to check out Tyler's model in the links and stay tuned to the end of the episode to see how my experiment goes. As an added bonus, one of these creations is going to be used in an upcoming Let's Play on the channel, so be sure to vote for your favorite in the comments below. Good luck, buddy, and we'll see how it goes. Hey guys, so we're gonna get started on cutting up these failed resin prints. I've got the Grave Giant here, we've got the torso of the Manticore, and one of these failed dretches without arms. First, a couple of things before we start cutting with the rotary tool. I'm just gonna get some safety goggles on, so we don't want any shards going into our eyeballs, and a dust mask so we don't breathe in that resin dust. So let's get cutting. So why do some resin prints fail?
There's actually, it's 50-50 I'd say. If you end up getting just a couple of pieces on your build plate, like mainly supports, but the model isn't printed, then it's most likely that your exposure time is a little low. That's a pretty common problem. If the build plate comes up and there's nothing on it, then it could still be exposure, but it could also be how level your build plate is.
Oh, that's a lot of dust. Maybe I don't have to cut too much. Hey buddy, how's it going?
I mean, mine's cleaner than yours, but I've changed my design and I think I'm gonna go with this.
Awesome, like that take on that model.
I'm definitely excited to see how yours comes out.
Thanks man. Now it's just on the head of this little demon guy. Alright, so this is kind of what we've got. We've got the body of this Grave Giant just kind of cleaned up around there. Then we've got this torso spinning around. There we go. So that's going to glue on there. Then we'll have to fill in the gaps with some green stuff. And then some nice little demon head on the front here for some nice little extra detail. All right, so now it's all glued together. We're gonna take some green stuff here. It's like an epoxy kind of putty. You're gonna use it to fill in some of these gaps and kind of use some of the muscular structure or detail work around the sides and stuff as a guide and try and blend these pieces together a bit better. All right, let's open up this green stuff from Army Painter. I've never used it before, but it's an epoxy putty which is 1 part yellow and 1 part blue, and when you mix it together it starts to cure and you have some working time before it then completely cures and dries. Let's just cram it in here. Yeah, so what I'm noticing here is that this arm is quite long compared to the other one. Might have to build up his elbow a bit more, just so it's kind of like he's tucking it up there. All right, that's looking much better now. So there are these slots in the top of the manticore torso for the manticore wings to slot into, which I don't mind. They give the model some extra detail in there, but I thought for maybe a more interesting silhouette, I could add some spikes to it along the back. As we're waiting for the green stuff to cure, here's a message about this episode's sponsor. I love having physical props around the game table to help inspire my players, and there's nothing better than these real metal coins for tracking hordes of gold, inspiration, spell concentration, and my new favorite, death saving throw tokens. Campaign coins craft high quality accessories to enhance your tabletop gaming experience. Check out their store with a link in the description. Alright, we've just given it a spray with some matte black spray paint, and it's awesome at this stage where you can see all those different elements are now kind of combined into a cohesive, singular model. To start off the painting process, I'm just going to start with an airbrush. I'm going to use some acrylic inks to get started, probably with just maybe this white, a little bit of a zenithal prime paint job, just to try and get it started, get those tonal values coming up, and then work in some color from there. Even just looking at him now, he's starting to have more of a demon-like appearance, so I'm probably gonna skew more towards some reds and browns and oranges, and some lava-y type of terrain around the base. Okay, so the plan now is just, I'm gonna use some of these reds, a little bit, maybe I'll darken it up a bit with a little bit of brown, and try and build up on top of this orange that I've got here. That's probably about as far as I'd go with the airbrush. Time to pull out the model paints. A lot of the paints I'm using are from one of those D&D painting starter sets. Here is the Nolzur's Marvelous Pigments for the Underdark set, as well as the Adventurer's paint set. These are great if you're not sure of what paints to get. I'm a fairly beginnery type of painter, so it's been good to have these and have a good collection of paints to pick and choose from, especially if they're themed to a specific kind of adventure or location. After adding a couple of Citadel washes and painting some lava effects on the base, it's about time to look at the finished model. Tyler, thanks so much for joining me.
Yeah, I'm super happy to be here. I'm excited to kind of see the two different design aspects of one digital and one physical, and repurposing broken minis to make something new and awesome versus repurposing some digital files to create something totally different and unique. It's a really cool way to see the different approaches and see how they come together.
Be sure to check out Slice Print Roleplay to see Tyler's video, as well as some great 3D printing tips. If you like how it turned out, smash that like button and don't forget to vote for your favorite in the comments below. A huge shout out to all my amazing patrons, including Chris Andrus, Charisma on Command, and Luke Mansberger. Thank you to all those subscribing to the channel, and until next time, let's create and inspire.